neurologist.
Yeah, thank you. He said, "Have you ever tried CBD?" And she was like, "No." And her husband then kind of interjected and said, "Oh, I smoke. She don't." But she said they gave her some CBD, and she started taking it. It's been 2.5 years since she had a seizure.
Wow.
2.5 years.
I believe that.
Like, I mean, it gave me goosebumps talking to her because she was like it was controlling her life, everything. And she said out of everything, all the medicines, everything they had given her, the CBD, not the marijuana, the THC, the CBD is what stopped. 2.5 years now she's been seizure free.
That's awesome.
And she's going to come out and actually, we talked about her, speaking on stage out here too, just because there's a lot of people, Fester, who do not know about it. They think about it as the kid from high school, the stoner.
Right. The stoner.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So there's a lot of people that don't know the benefits that come from different parts of the plant. You know what I'm saying? So not only is it going to be fun, but it's going to be educational.
Personally, I didn't smoke until I was about 20 years old. And honestly, it was to deal with my anxiety and things like that. And I had really bad anxiety. And it was the only thing that I could do that didn't have terrible side effects all the time, And so it's made a huge change in my life, just personally.
And it has so many benefits. There's different types. There's different levels of it. There's oils. There's
even
gummies.
just the CBD though. It's a huge change. So many of these pharmaceuticals and stuff. You have these side effects that it helps you, but then you're not sleeping at night, or you have restless legs, or you have dry mouth all the time, or you have all these different things. And then you do the CBD, or if you need THC, and it just helps with all of that, and you don't have these ridiculous long-lasting side effects that are rotting your teeth, or you can't sleep, or anything like that.
Or getting you addicted.
Major fear of mine.
Yeah, it's horrible, but
There
there's so many benefits to it, and in every form. From I don't smoke. I'm not. People around me do. A lot of people around. It's never been my thing. It's not. But I've educated myself on it. I know about it. I know it's illegal.
Miracle drug.
But it So I seen this thing the other day. It said, I don't understand how a plant with no chemicals, no nothing, that grows from the ground can be illegal when you've got all the pharmaceuticals and all the stuff that goes into it.
Opium. That comes out of a plant.
Well, originally its use was to relieve pain. It wasn't to get
and opium in
heroin.
a pure form like that is actually still useful. It's when people mix it with a lot of other things.
Right, they mix it with other chemicals.
But if you look at why they banned marijuana, it actually goes back to Prohibition times. And it goes back to that Prohibition was ending, and they needed something else to demonize, basically. And so they chose marijuana. And,
hey, good grief, guys. We could go on all day or hour with this here. Dave, okay. You got any news before we bring Gary on?
First, just let me close out the CBD controversy by saying there's an excellent book called Healing with CBD that you can get that tells you the whole history, tells you everything more than you'll ever want to know. Healing with CBD is a great book.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that. And we can move on with fun with hypnosis.
Okay. Well, let's see if he's been holding on for a little while. Let's see if Gary's still there. Gary, are you there? Hello, Gary.
I know a cat named Gary. He's pretty cool.
Gary Michaels.
That's a great name for a cat.
Right?
It's a great name. Actually, it's funny. Ever since he tried to get him on the phone there, I started to fall into a trance over here.
I'm wondering if Gary's hypnotized himself there. Hello, Gary.
Just say hypnotized.
Gary.
Hypnotized.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Did I? Okay. Hypnotized. Okay, not hemp. Okay.
No, that's different.
Okay.
That's a whole other thing.
That's for the boat.
Let's see here. I'm going to drop Gary and see if he can come back to us here. Okay. Yep. In fact, it looked like he just dropped there. So here we go. Hello, Gary. Are you there?
The phone ringing.
I don't know if you guys are aware or not, but if you read your Bible, the Bible predicted that marijuana and gay marriage was going to be legalized on the same day. It simply states, any man who lays with another man should be stoned.
Okay.
And that's in Leviticus 4:20.
420.
You know what? That is hysterical. You're right.
You heard it here live.
And that came straight from the comedian. Okay. Welcome to the show, Gary.
Hi.
Thank you guys very much for having me on. I was looking forward to this. I appreciate this. Born to Ride has been absolutely wonderful, helping me put this event together in Panama City at Thunder Beach. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, I'm going to see you there.
Well,
I'm going to try to get up
I
there.
got to know how this started. You know, you got to tell us the history of how you became a biker comedian hypnotist.
No, I've only been doing it a couple of weeks.
This ought to be a great show.
So okay, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, and some people may not understand that metaphor, but for 30-some years, believe this or not, I was a radio personality.
I can believe it.
And then of course, I was a magician for many years. I started magic when I was probably 8 years old. So while I was on the air and we were out doing the live broadcasts and stuff, I would, do some jokes and do some magic. And I'm like, okay, great. Now I'm going to try some stand-up. So I went and did some stand-up comedy for a little while. Toured around with some pretty big name comedians, which was a lot of fun. Now, I don't want to get too personal, but maybe it'll help you understand where I come from, okay? I suffer from depression, and a lot of people do. It's not a disease, okay, like some people think it is, but I suffer from depression. I've dealt with it for many, 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 many years. So I decided that I wanted to find a way to deal with the depression without having to take medication. Smoking weed, if it's good, that stuff helps. It truly does. However, so I started researching, and I came across hypnosis, and then I started researching the history behind it and how it works, and then I started watching videos, yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, I'm hypnotizing people. And it became, I'm just truly amazed. I get amazed by it every single night that I'm up on stage, because you mentioned earlier about clucking like a chicken. Yes, you can make people cluck like a chicken. You can make people forget a number. You can make people forget where their mouth is. You can take someone's shoe off of their foot and hold it in their hand and tell them that it's completely gone, disappeared. And they will literally on stage walk around looking for their shoe. All along it's in their hand.
That's so cool.
I love to ride. I love my motorcycles, always have. And I never really incorporated the motorcycle lifestyle into any of the shows that I did in the past. So I'm thinking, okay, now I've become a hypnotist. And one of the biggest shows that I did was on the High Seas Rally. I know you guys are familiar with that. It was
oh my gosh, I was
fun.
just thinking you ought to be on there or something. That would be perfect. So High Sea Rallies, you've been on there.
Call Chris, let him know.
Okay.
I was on the High Seas Rally not last year but the year before. And one of the best shows was the very first one on the rally. It was so much fun. And then I started looking around and go, okay, there's no one else in the world that dresses like a biker, which is my common dress every single day, loves his motorcycles. I love being around the motorcycle lifestyle because this is some of the greatest people that you will ever, ever, ever come across. You guys know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Biker, comedy, hypnosis, mixed with some magic. So I put all of that into one show. Voila, here we are.
It's the perfect concoction.
Yeah, so
it's
a lot of fun. And the cool thing is I'm self-taught. I never went through a class. There are a couple of hypnotists out there that I will call on occasion and ask questions because I'm constantly learning. There's so many benefits to hypnosis. I use it for comedy. People say, can you help me stop smoking? Do I look like a therapist?
Weren't we just talking about that, Mama Dukes? Weren't we just talking about that?
Yes.
Do you really want to lay on my couch and tell me all your problems? I don't think so. Because what I'm going to do is post it on Facebook, get it out in the open, and then you have no more problem.
Now, Gary, hypnotism, is that something that just anybody can do, or what does it take? I mean,
that's a very good question. Are you familiar with the bell curve?
Yes.
It's a graph, the bell curve. Okay. On one end of the bell curve, here comes the technical stuff. I hope I don't bore you. On one end of the bell curve, there is 2.14% of the population that could never be hypnotized. Never. And when you say that, you ask yourself why. Okay. Schizophrenia, retardation, mental retardation. You're a complete moron. You can never be hypnotized. Okay. As you start to go up the bell curve, you got about 68% of the population that we call average subjects. As you start to go down the bell curve, you got about 10% that are above average subjects, and then 2.14% of the population we call somnambulistic. Those are the most incredible hypnotic subjects out there, and they go under hypnosis very quickly. So to answer your question, can anyone be hypnotized? Everyone can be hypnotized. As a matter of fact, you hypnotize yourself every day. 70% of the day, you are in a hypnotic trance. Let me explain. Quick question. Have you ever been on your bike or in your car, driving down the road, completely miss your exit? Just drive right past it. You ever done that?
Yep.
Never done that.
All the time.
You haven't?
No, I've never done that.
It was weird. Yeah, we call it like zoned. I was zoned.
Yeah,
I
you
missed
like
it.
zone out.
Yeah.
That the technical term for that is called highway hypnosis.
Well, I am a moron, so I guess. Don't
pick yourself up, Pastor.
Okay.
It's okay.
So
I'm one too.
If you've ever walked around the house looking for your glasses and say they're on top of your head and you're just searching for them, or you have your phone in your hand, okay, where's my phone?
done.
I can't find it.
So what you're telling me is I'm not stupid. I'm just under hypnosis.
Absolutely not stupid. You are using, at this very moment, you are using 18% of conscious mind. Okay, that's your creative mind. 82% is your subconscious mind, which is your program. It's like a computer. That's your hard drive. When you get in your car or get on your bike or do something that you normally do every single day, you don't think about doing it. You just do it. Okay? So if you pick up your phone and you're walking around looking for it, you literally, you're seeing in your mind, you're seeing right through it. Okay? That's called a negative hallucination, which is very fun to do when you're on stage. So no, you're not stupid at all. It's just your program, your brain is, I'm not going to say it is not firing on all cylinders. It's just your focus is somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Oh, this is very interesting. We're coming up on a break. We've got to take a moment here and pay a few bills, Gary. Hold with us because we're going to love to come back and learn more about this. You're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network, and we'll be back here momentarily.
Think motorcycle.
Check out the all-new BornToRide.com with radio, TV, industry, adventure, events, magazine, social media, and much more. It's the all-new BornToRide.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1. Get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer, on average, got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes on Born to Ride Radio.
Right. Welcome back to Born to Ride Radio. It is Thursday evening, and in the studio, Mama Dukes, Skylar, and Joe the Welder. Everyone say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Y'all are learning your cues very well there. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm being hypnotized. So
Okay.
I've been told what to do.
Let's come back. Dave, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay. Gary, are you still there?
I'm right here.
Okay, welcome back to the show.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so we were talking about the bell curve, and just about anybody can be hypnotized. Can anyone do the hypnotizing?
Yeah, if you study long enough.
Okay.
I mean, it is a practice. It's I don't know if you can hear that motorcycle's out there right now. It's a practice, just like being a doctor or being a lawyer, being a firefighter or a police officer. It's a practice. You practice it every single day, or being on the radio. You practice every day to be the best that you can be. So can anyone hypnotize people? You probably hypnotize people that you don't even know that you're hypnotizing.
I have, but they call it throat punching. And they do what you say after that. I mean,
okay, so I'm gonna tell you something that you may not know, but once you become aware of it, it'll always be in your brain. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Or being throat punched.
P-O-K-E. What is that?
Getting throat punched.
J-O-K-E.
Joke.
What's the white part of an egg?
Yolk. No, wait.
What?
It's the
No,
white.
the white
It's
part.
the white. Yeah.
The white part is called albumin. The yellow part is the yolk.
Albumin, huh?
So now that you know that, now that it's in your brain, it'll always be there, and no one will ever stump you on it. But keep in mind that your brain continually works 24/7. Okay, when you're laying in bed, you don't fall out of bed, do you? Unless you're drunk.
Sometimes
You don't fall out of bed.
well,
But the reason you don't fall out of bed is because your brain is telling you there's a boundary. Okay.
Yeah.
However,
fall upstairs, too.
when you hear a noise, well, that's where I keep my guns, upstairs, so Joe Biden can't get to them.
Easy with Joe Biden there. Whole nother story.
Because he couldn't walk up the stairs on the airplane. Anyway, I tried that out last night. It didn't go over very well, so I don't think I'm going to use it anymore.
I would try it.
But when you hear noise, you automatically pop up, right? You automatically wake up because your brain's still working. Your brain, from the time you are born until you fall in love, is still working. But when you fall in love, everything's all messed up.
That's true.
Yeah, the truth.
Well, look, us males, we don't have to think anymore, right? The woman does it for you, right?
because all that throat
very
punching.
interesting. There's a hypnotist. His name is Anthony Gailey. He's been doing it for 60 plus years, and he sort of created his own career. He does. He's a keynote speaker for a lot of these big, giant corporations, but he puts hypnosis in with his speeches. When I first reached out to him and I started talking to him and learning a little bit more, you guys are going to love this. Being on the radio, just being on the radio, you are literally hypnotizing your listeners because of the sound of your voice, the tone of your voice, certain things that you say that sink in. Every little detail when you're on the radio and people are listening is going straight to their subconscious brain, whether they know it or not. I'll give you an example. Do any of you all remember your kindergarten teacher?
Read Born to Ride.
Send us money.
Born to Ride.
Send us money.
Born to Ride. Born to Ride. You can hypnotize a person that, say, for example, they do not know who their kindergarten teacher was. Okay, you hypnotize them. It's called age regression. you take them back to when they were 6 or 7 years old, when they were in kindergarten, and you ask them, what's your teacher's name? I don't remember. Close your eyes, picture their face, and the name will pop into your brain. Close their eyes, picture their face. They will tell you who their kindergarten teacher is. Then they will tell you who the person sits in front of them, beside them, each side. You can make them write their name. They could be 40 years old, and they believe in their mind that they're in kindergarten. And you ask them to write their name, and they're going to write their name exactly the way they did when they were in kindergarten.
Wow.
And if you take that signature and compare it to something that they did when they were in kindergarten, maybe mom kept something, from when you were a kid, it'll be identical.
Wow, that's crazy.
The only thing I can remember about kindergarten.
Gary, you've researched this for years, right?
A couple years,
this has been a big part of your life, and I'm sure that you've always found hypnosis fascinating. What I'm wondering is, have you read a great deal about other people's work, like Michael Newton or Dolores Cannon, people that do past life regressions and things of that nature?
I've brushed on that. I haven't really done a lot of research on that, and it is a form. All they're doing is hypnosis too. I think I know what you're getting at. Is if they do a past life regression and you ask them, you take them back to a certain time, they're going to tell you that they were a gunman in the Old West. They robbed banks in the Old West. I've heard people do that. I've seen people mention that kind of stuff, but all of that, believe it or not, is a form of hypnosis. So have I done the research? I have done the research, but I'm a visual guy. Even when I was in school, I didn't like reading all that much. I'm more of a hands-on. Show me, like, for example, if I'm learning to do a magic trick, I'll have the magician break it down for me visually to learn it. Now, if I had to read about it, there's no way I would ever learn it.
Wow.
But I mean, it's fascinating because what you're saying is you can take somebody back and they were, let's say you take them back to being 6 or 7 years old, and they will go back and they will remember who's sitting next to them in class. They'll write the same way that they wrote physically if you ask them to sign their name. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't it be interesting as an experiment to try to go back and see if you can, do a past life with somebody?
You can. I mean, you absolutely can do that. Now, you have to be careful with doing this. And the most skilled hypnotist in the world will tell you, you got to be very careful when you're doing the age regression, when you're taking them back to when they were a child and trying to get them to remember something, because you don't know if they've been through something traumatic as a child, okay? And you don't want that memory to pop back up, and because it could really affect them. So you have to be very careful with it.
Is that why they use it for therapy a lot?
A lot of therapists do that. So on the other side of that coin, let's say you had something very traumatic happen to you when you were 8 or 10 years old. You've never really gotten over it. You can go back in someone's mind to that time and completely erase that memory.
That's cool. That's super
cool.
Well,
it's called reprogramming your brain. Okay, that's all it is reprogramming your brain. People say, "Can you help me stop smoking?" Your conscious mind is telling you, "Okay, I'm going to quit smoking. These things are bad for you." Your subconscious brain is telling you, "Hello, you're a smoker. Light it up." And who's going to win that battle? Your subconscious brain is going to win that battle because that is your program. So if you want to stop whatever addiction, somebody told me once that addiction was a disease. I don't believe that. I don't know anyone. How do you go outside and catch crackhead? I don't get that, okay? It's not a disease.
You go to the wrong
to me, it's a choice, okay? Excuse me a second, guys. I have to cough. I've been holding this for a second. Excuse me. Okay,
you're good. The pollen is terrible these days.
It is. I have a black truck, but today it's yellow. So I don't remember what I was talking about.
The crackhead.
The disease.
Crackhead.
Okay, so how do you change what you want to change to make yourself a better person, to become more successful? It's very simple. Believe it or not, it's the simplest thing ever. Repetition. That's how your subconscious brain works, is repetition. When you get on the motorcycle, you do not think about pulling the throttle. You don't think about pulling in the clutch. You don't think about it. You just do it. Okay? Why? Because your brain says, this is what I have to do. You follow me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is fun, man. I thought I was going to have to do a bunch of jokes and stuff. I'm like, great.
Very interesting.
Now, question:
topic.
do you have to like talking to us? Like, if you said, "Hey, Joe, I'm going to hypnotize you," could you do it over? He said, "No." Could you?
I was going to say, Joe's sitting here shaking his head a no quite a bit here. So I mean, are you?
Joe's a naysayer.
Can you do it? Oh, like over the phone, over the air? Do you have to have them there for like a?
Absolutely, you can absolutely hypnotize someone over the phone, over the radio. You're not really supposed to do certain
I'm going
what we
to
call
one earpiece, guys.
inductions, because if someone's listening to the radio and they're driving down the road and they're listening to your voice and you're doing this little induction, boom, they'll fall over. However, we're all going to do a little experiment here. Okay. I cannot see you, so I'm going to have to take your word for this.
Trust
and
me.
be honest. Okay. There's no wrong answer here. All right. I want everyone listening, if you're driving, do not do this, please. Clasp your hands together, interlock your hands, and squeeze them tight, 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 tight. You got that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now hold them up in front of your face as if you're praying. Okay? You got that?
Yep.
Right.
Beautiful. Now extend your index fingers straight up an inch apart. Ladies, don't look at the guys. They're going to lie to you. An inch apart. Okay? Some of you there.
Okay.
Can't do it.
How much is an inch? I've been lied to too much.
Okay. You got your fingers an inch apart?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
No.
Now, I want you to focus, concentrate, listen to my voice. My voice is all that you're listening to right now. I want you to focus, and I want you to concentrate on the tips of your fingers. If it hasn't already started to happen, this will begin to happen. I want you to imagine, use your imagination, and imagine that there are magnets in the tips of your fingers. And those magnets right now are going to start getting closer and closer and closer. Feel it happen. Don't fight it. Don't force it. Just feel it getting closer, closer, closer. I'm going to count backwards, 3 down to 1. We get down to number 1. Your fingers will touch. 3, feel this happening. 2, getting closer and closer. And 1. Now, which one of your all's fingers touched?
Mine.
Mine doesn't work. I can't help it.
Well, now I was listening to what he was saying, but I was finding myself wanting to gradually go in touch, so I was fighting it. I'll be honest. In other words, I was fighting it, but I could feel the force to pull in it together. Yes.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You were just hypnotized.
That's crazy.
I used to do hypnotism for sleep. They have all these like
crazy.
podcasts and stuff, and you say, do not do this if you're driving or doing anything that requires like concentration, because it was like hypnotism for like sleep and for anxiety and stuff like that. It really works.
So you have to be careful, especially when you're on the radio. And I remember back in the day when I was doing my radio show, I did a lot of jokes, had a lot of funny stuff. And I told this story, and it was so freaking funny. I wish I still had it. Someone literally called the radio station a half hour later and wanted to sue me because he laughed so hard he wrecked his car.
Oh my God.
So, that being said, that was hypnosis.
Wow.
Yeah, but you didn't claim that. Not in that lawsuit, did you?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, he wanted to, though. He literally said, dude, you made me wreck my car. I'm suing the radio.
Rubenstein.
Yeah, did you use Rubenstein law?
Yeah.
So now
I do a bit. I do a bit when I'm on stage. I'm like, where are all my veterans? I want to salute you. Thank you for your service. Where's my first responders? Thank you for your service. Where's my doctors and nurses that's been working very hard because of all the virus stuff? Oh, thank you for your service. Where's my attorneys at?
On the
I
floor.
want you to run out in the street. I want you to run out in the street and get hit by a car. But before you leave, I'm going to need you to stick around because I might need you after the show.
Well, hey, Gary, can you tell us a little bit about the event that's coming up, Wicked Wheel, and the whole thing Thursday, April 29th?
Absolutely. Thank you. I have to mention my sponsor, so please let me get this out. Hurricane Oyster Bar, which is in Grayton Beach, is one of my sponsors. It's a nice little ride up 30A, which we're planning on doing
We'll be there.
the weekend
You
of
had
Thunder
me at
Beach.
oysters.
Listen, I'm trying not to be cliche, but it is one of the best restaurants on it's in Grayton Beach, which is about 45 minutes from where we are. We're going to do a ride on Saturday. We can get everybody together, and we're going to do a ride on Saturday, go up there and have some dinner. The bisque is phenomenal. I want to say a big thanks to Tropical Spas and Pools. The guy's name is Mark Dabney. When I first came to Panama City, he's been supporting me ever since, and I love him for what he's done. LA Audio is going to put on an audio demonstration at the event on the 29th at the Wicked Wheel. He does light kits and stereos for motorcycles, and he's award-winning. He's phenomenal. This is going to be great. Those are my sponsors. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Kevin Jacobs and Anna Portalupi is going to be opening up. I have been around some of the best musicians in the world. Ted Nugent's one of my best friends. I've actually sang with Leonard Skinner on occasion.
Really?
So I've been around, been around musicians, and I sing in a band myself, 25 years. So I've been around some of the best musicians in my life, okay? Kevin Jacobs, Anna Portalupi are going to blow your mind. They are right up there. Anna plays bass for a band called Hardline, big over in Europe. She's from Italy. So they're big. Neil Sean from Journey put that band together. Great rock band. I mean, look them up, Hardline. They're awesome. Kevin Jacobs could go anywhere he wanted to go. You close your eyes and you literally think Boston is up there. Just him and an acoustic guitar. You would think the whole band is there. He's that good. So they're opening up, and then we got our audio demonstration going on. We're going to give away a free light kit from LA Audio, giving away dinner for two at Hurricane Oyster Bar. I will have some stuff that I'm going to throw out into the crowd, and then the lovely Miss April and I are going to take the stage and do our thing. We're going to have magic, mayhem, biker chicks, and I'm going to hypnotize people to do some really silly stuff. So Wicked Wheel with the barn, which is exactly right next door to the Wicked Wheel. Beautiful venue. It's probably one of the best venues on this beach. Huge, holds about 250 people, so I'd like to pack the place. Oh my God, what else can I say about it? It's just going to be phenomenal.
Okay, well, Gary.
This is going to be a Vegas-style production in Panama City Beach for Thunder Beach.
What's the admission?
Absolutely free.
Outstanding.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You had me at free and oysters.
So, tell us
Yeah,
the
free
date
for me.
and
We're in
time
the radio
again.
business, guys. Anything free, I'm in.
What was that, Dave?
It starts at 8:30. Is that right?
Doors open at 8:30. Kevin and Anna will go on at 9. There'll be a quick intermission for Larry Adams to do his audio demonstration and promote his product, and then we'll come on and do our thing. And if you've never been to a hypnosis show, I encourage you to go. You will. I get amazed every night when I'm on stage. You are going to be mind blown. You're going to ask yourself, okay, is this real? Is this fake? Is this real? You're going to be amazed, regardless. It's truly, I'm so glad that I became a hypnotist, which has, by the way, helped me with my depression. Thank you very much. And, but now that I use it for comedy, I have when I was doing stand-up, I was pretty good about keeping a straight face when you're on stage. You can't do that during a hypnosis show.
Gary, I saw one of your YouTubes this afternoon, and you'd had these two ladies up there, and you had convinced one of them that they could understand
each other.
Chicken, okay? And then you had the other lady saying that she could only communicate and talk, as a chicken. And you had them conversing with each other, and then asking the woman that could understand chicken, what did she say? Now, it was hilarious. It was, and I wasn't even there, and I can only imagine watching something live.
So the funny part, the funny part about that is, I just mentioned Miss April, who's my fiance. I put a ring on her finger the other day.
Good for you, man.
Congratulations.
She said, yeah, man. She said yes, but she doesn't want to change her name.
Well, hypnotize her.
I wanted her to wait. I wanted her to use Tracy, so I didn't have to cover up the tattoo on my arm.
Oh, okay.
So the funny thing is the girl that you saw in the video that was talking that could only speak chicken.
Correct.
That's April.
Congratulations, then.
I hypnotized her. And
you've done good.
I had not woke her up yet.
Okay.
So I have a question. Have you, you do this on stage and everything, have you hypnotized somebody, and then when you've unhypnotized them, have they gotten mad at you when they found out that you had them, quacking like a duck?
No.
Or chicken?
No, not really. I mean, it's possible, but when they come to a hypnosis show, they know they have a chance of being hypnotized. So I have their permission, okay? And I videotape everything. So sometimes, no, I've never really had anything.
Well, with
I do make people mad at me when I'm up on stage. Like, for example, I will make someone believe that their name is E-I-E-I-O. And anytime I get their name wrong, they get pissed off. So I will call them JoJo and Bozo and Hobo and Tonto, and every time I call their name wrong, they get very mad at you. Like, dude, I've been telling you what my name is. It's E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, that's awesome, Gary.
You gotta
awesome
show me how to do that. I get a lot of.
Are you guys coming? Are you guys going to be here?
We're actually.
We're going to try.
I think Joe said, and I know we've got a lot, but that weekend, I think we can manage that. That may be worth a trip to.
I know we had planned on going.
If Joe's going to be there, I'm going to be there. So
that means the next 3 weekends are packed with things going on and happening there.
I have no social life. All I do are biker events.
Jeez, you poor thing.
I know, right? It sucks.
I will be regret if I don't say this. April just got home from work, and she didn't get a chance to listen to the beginning of the program when you were talking about the cannabis festival.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she just looked at me. She says, get it booked right now. Get it booked. We're coming.
24th and 25th.
Of April.
If you guys need a comedy hypnotist there, I'm in. Just let me know. And that's something else I would like to
talk
say.
to Mama Dukes about that.
I would definitely call Mama Dukes about that.
Yeah.
If you come, I'll sponsor the first round of beers from FTW Customs.
Ooh.
Buy the first round of beers at your show.
How you doing? Okay.
How you doing?
You want me to buy you beer?
No, I don't drink. Can you imagine you can hypnotize me to get drunk? No, don't do that.
Hypnotize him to act drunk.
Yeah, that good.
You can hypnotize someone to drink a bottle of water and make them believe that it's whiskey, and they will get drunk.
Really?
Let me rephrase.
That's why I quit.
Let me rephrase that. They will act as if they are drunk, and in their mind, they feel drunk.
Well, let's run this deal.
All right, I have a new bucket list thing because I can't drink anymore, so
Mama,
that's got to happen.
He wants to do your show.
Hey, you're more than welcome. Come on out. I would love to have you
at his show.
Absolutely, I would love to have you.
So the thing is with the virus and everything, everyone's had a hard time getting out and doing things. I'm so glad things are starting to open up a little bit. I love it being here in Florida where DeSantos has just opened up everything. I love that.
And it's beautiful weather right now.
April and I, we love to work. I mean, we are not afraid of work. Our work ethic is unheard of. So if there's anyone at any type of event, it's not just, yes, I'm a biker. That's part of the shtick. You don't see a biker comedy hypnotist. You don't see that. And when people look at you or look at me, they go, there's no way he's a magician. There's no way he's a hypnotist. Well, I'll prove you wrong. So if there's anyone that needs this type of entertainment, and I'm all about the music. I love music. I've been in bands all my life. But this is something different and unique that you don't see every day. And I'm more than willing to negotiate with anyone who, wants us to come anywhere in the world. We don't care.
Well, we certainly appreciate it, Gary. Before you get out of here, because we are coming up towards the end of the show, one more time, tell them about what's happening on the 29th.
29th of April during Thunder Beach, which is a blast, at the Wicked Wheel, at the barn at the Wicked Wheel. It's right next door. LA Audio, Hurricane Ocean Bar, and Tropical Spas and Pools proudly presents Kevin Jacobs and Anna Portalupi and the world's only biker comedy hypnotist.
Well, we certainly...
April 29th, 8:30, show starts at 9. Free, absolutely free.
Absolutely appreciate it, Gary Michaels. Thank you for being on the Born to Ride radio show this evening, and look forward to meeting you there.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
well, we're going to see you here right before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You smell the flowers now because you're only here for a short visit. God bless you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Think motorcycles.
Dave, anything before we get out of here? We're coming to the end here.
Yeah. That was really kind of fun, guys. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, everybody, listen to me. Listen to my voice. Listen to my voice. You will now go to borntoride.com and you will look at the April issue, and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it.
You don't have to be hypnotized to do that, though.
Okay.
I think everybody enjoys that.
You might have to be
Appreciate it.
hypnotized.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Dave.
Skylar, before we get out of here, you want to talk about Nasty Savage a little bit?
Nasty Savage. Oh my God, that show is a blast. That show is a huge blast. I don't know who the Unchained Angel was though. She was pretty cool, gotta say.
Debuted
I
a new
might have a
song.
crush on her. So
A girl
crush.
I got a girl crush.
So you've got pictures to show us after
I
the
do
show,
have
huh?
pictures.
Are they on your Facebook?
They are on my Instagram.
Okay, Instagram.
So Skylar Calico is my Instagram if you guys want to keep up with that.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Good show.
Awesome.
Good show.
Nasty Savage.
Was awesome there. Want to thank everyone for being a part, everyone that was out there listening, all our Facebook live viewers, and all of the Boss Hogg radio listeners out there in Radio Land. This has been another edition of Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. As always, keep it in between the ditches, be safe, and until next week,
Chop it down.
Born to Ride. Born to Ride. Okay.
If Instagram is your thing, we're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say, Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.
This is the Boss Hogg Radio Network. 1170 AM WKFL Bushnell. 1330 AM WWAB Lakeland Plant City. 1360 AM WHNR Cypress Gardens Winter Haven. And 1390 AM and 107.5 FM WAVP and W298BU FM Avon Park.
What